Here is where my fun is. I love MMO economies. I do. It's one of those things where I enjoy messing with numbers, and it gets my... Welcome back, folks, to their exciting edition of Let's Play Star Trek Online. As always, I'm your host, J Squared, and last we left off, we'd arrived here at Earth Spacedock after saving as many Vega colonists as we could. We're going to go ahead and speak with Admiral Quinn here, who will give us a bit more of the information regarding our upcoming tour of duty here. Let's go ahead and speak with him. He's over at the desk. Looks like there's somebody already speaking with him right now, but we're going to intrude. How you doing, Admiral Quinn? Greetings, Lieutenant. I have new orders for you. Well, Task Force Operations is kind of the endgame-ish content here in Star Trek Online, so we won't be doing that anytime soon. Instead, we're going to say, Admiral, sir, Frank Parker reporting.
We have a lot to discuss, Cadet.
It's Lieutenant, sir.
Yes, I see that here in the report transmitted by Captain Nog. He granted you a field promotion to give you seniority over the rest of the active crew of your ship. As a cadet, you were assigned to an Academy training cruise under Captain Mask Taggart, correct? Acting First Officer?
Yes, sir. That is correct.
I've read the reports. Facing off against Klingon raiders and a Borg invasion force within hours of leaving Starfleet Academy? Very unusual. In your own words, tell me what happened out there.
A whole lot of stuff went down, sir.
That's quite the story.
Yes, sir. It's all true.
Don't worry. I have statements here from Captains Nog and Yim and Administrator Post from Vega Colony corroborating your story. All three of them cite your bravery and command skills, as well as you and your crew's willingness to put yourselves in harm's way to preserve the lives of others.
I'm a Starfleet officer, sir. It's in the job description.
And you're exactly the kind of officer Starfleet needs. I know your ship might not be the Enterprise, but I think you've proven yourself capable of sitting in her captain's chair.
Sir?
Under normal circumstances, it would take you years of work to get your own command. But these are not normal circumstances. We're at war with the Klingon Empire. The Borg have returned. I'm losing more trained officers and ships than I can spare. Ships we can build, but leaders with courage and honor, those are harder to find. It's time to try something different. I need someone who can handle themselves in a crisis and get the best out of their crew. Even though you're young, I think you're that person. I hereby promote you to the rank of lieutenant and give you command of the ship. Don't disappoint me.
No, I won't, sir. But I am sorry for the loss of Captain Taggart.
Captain Taggart was a good man and a fine officer. He knew what he was doing when he issued that order. Don't dwell on what happened. Your actions saved the lives of your crew, not to mention the civilians you were able to evacuate from Vega Colony. Now it's up to you and your crew to honor Taggart's sacrifice as you carve out your own legacy. Do you have any further questions?
What is going to happen to Vega?
Unfortunately, Vega is lost. Starfleet Command will meet with Federation President Enoch O'Keg and the Federation Council to determine our next steps. For now, Starfleet vessels will patrol the outskirts of the Vega system to ensure no Borg escape. Do you have any further questions?
What are your orders, sir?
You will be assigned to the Klingon front, but first, you could use some new equipment for your ship. I have some improved consoles developed by the Starfleet Corps of Engineers. These consoles can be installed on your ship to improve its abilities. As you improve in rank, you will earn better consoles. Other ships you will command throughout your career will have space for many more. When you're done here, go see Durr's racks to customize your starship's appearance.
And we're getting some experience points, a free starship modification, and some more goodies. Accolade complete, battlefield commission. Very nice. How do I find my next mission, sir? You'll receive a hail with details about your next mission. Starfleet is constantly dealing with a wide range of issues, though, so you may find other problems where you can help. I encourage our captains to get involved. Exploration and aid are both primary goals for Starfleet. So here is our journal. kind of a breakdown of the storyline for the game as it stands right now. As you can see, there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff here. The last time I played the game, like actually played the game, was back in 2017. And I believe that was when they had finally started to kind of go into the Iconian War. So a lot of this stuff is newish to me anyway. They also added in the Age of Discovery, and I know this past year has been all about a new story regarding the Klingons. So we've got some work to do in the story. So we're currently right now in the Klingon War. Our first official mission would be diplomatic orders here. There have been missions that actually have been taken out of the game or taken out of the storyline because they're either no longer appropriate due to the story having shifted as much as it has over time, or the mechanics of it or the looks of it, graphics-wise, apparently the developers feel just don't match up to what the game can now do. So I know that they've been working on kind of remastering sort of like the older content. I don't know exactly where they are right now in that process, but I believe they've at least started. They've started with the first couple of stories. So let's go ahead and listen to the mission for diplomatic orders.
We have a diplomatic mission for you. An important Vulcan ambassador is traveling from his homeworld to the monastery at Pajem. Capturing the ambassador would be a major coup for the Klingons or Orions, so we're assigning you to make sure everything goes smoothly. You are to escort Ambassador Soketh to Pajem. Please meet him at Vulcan. Once you locate him, speak with him about the transport mission. Do whatever is necessary to keep him safe.
All right. Escort the Vulcan ambassador to the monastery at Pajem. Get a whole bunch of goodies. Understood. We'll talk a little bit about that a little more in just a moment. So we've got our first mission here, which is to locate Ambassador Soketh. Before we do, I think what I'll do with this episode is actually kind of give everyone a tour of Earth Spacedock, as well as kind of go over some things that I've been delaying because I wanted to get through the tutorial for everyone. So first off, this has changed. So I have to get my bearings here now. Ensign Rack. Have you checked out all the facilities here on Earth Spacedock? So we've got medical attention, changing clothes, skill trainer. I'd like you to learn more about injuries. If you choose to accept more difficult missions, you run the risk of being injured. You should understand what may happen. Please speak to the Chief Medical Officer and we'll get a minor regenerator. So the game actually has difficulty levels for its missions. Right now we're currently on normal difficulty. There's also advanced and elite. Elite is pure group-based play. Advanced, if you've got a good enough ship with a good enough equipment and good enough crew, then you may want to play your missions in advance. They do give you boosts to XP and general rewards, but we're not nowhere near there yet. Congratulations on promotion, Lieutenant. You should add those new pips to your uniform. Visit Gemek Talur to update your look. While you're there, you can update your outfit in additional ways if you like. Don't worry about the bill. I'll pick this one up. Be sure to see Gemek Talur before you leave Earth Spacedock. Very well. And Skills Trainer. Commander Bald would like to talk to you about skills, ranks, and grades. You should see him before you leave Earth Spacedock. Very well. Let's see who else we've got here. We've got Temporal Agent Philip Cray.
Greetings. How can I assist you today? Or in the future?
Who are you?
Well, where do I start? I'm 157 years old. That's only because I spent 90 years caught in a temporal distortion in the Typhon Expanse, serving as an ensign under Captain Morgan Bateson on the USS Bozeman. Much of the crew of the Bozeman found it difficult to integrate back into Starfleet. So much had changed. The Temporal Intelligence Agency took in many of my shipmates, due to our first-hand knowledge of events that occurred in the past. So, that's where I ended up.
So that's referencing the Next Generation episode, Cause and Effect, where the Enterprise was caught in a time loop with I I believe was also another Miranda-class starship, actually. The Bozeman. You may remember it was Kelsey Grammer who was acting as the captain of the Bozeman, Morgan Bateson. He actually, there's not a movie. There's a book, a novel that they wrote called, I believe, Ship of the Line, and it actually references back to the Bozeman and the Batesman's crew, where he's actually the captain of the shakedown cruise for the Enterprise E before Picard takes over. So it's actually the Bozeman and Batesman's crew, or Bateson's crew, are actually quite a big part of the lore. But here we have Philip Cray here. We're going to talk to him about our experiences with our future self. I had an encounter.
An encounter, you say? Something temporal in nature, I assume.
I met someone who claimed to be me, from the future, dressed as an admiral. They said to see you if I had any doubts of the veracity of their claims.
That's protocol in these sorts of cases, but rarely do Starfleet officers actually follow through. I can do a quick scan for chronoton radiation. That will tell me what I need to know.
Do it.
I am getting some light chronoton radiation from you. You were exposed to someone from the future, it seems, but not too far. By these readings, I'd say a maximum of 18 months from the day you encountered them.
18 months? But they were an admiral.
That's not entirely out of the question. There's been a steady flow of new starship captains and field promotions in the wake of all the crises going on in the galaxy. Someone like yourself could definitely be an admiral in a relatively short amount of time.
Imagine how bad it must be in Starfleet right now. Just think about this. Think about this in the context of let's just use the U.S. as an example, since I'm in the U.S. You take an individual who just graduated West Point, let's just say. Just graduated West Point. He's commissioned as a second lieutenant, the starting rank in the U.S. Army. And within 18 months, he's now leading the Army. Or at least a large section of it. 18 months. That doesn't happen. Nowhere in history has it ever gotten that bad, at least here in the U.S., to my knowledge, that someone would go from graduate to leading the Army in 18 months. Yeah, things are bad in Starfleet right now. They gave me this device.
This looks to be a Tesseract-based receiver. Where did you get it?
My future self gave it to me.
I see. You're not the first to receive one of these from the future. Admiral Archer had a similar device when he was captain of the First Enterprise. These are used to send back information, and in some cases, physical objects from the future. I believe that if you were to do specific tasks that benefit the future, items useful to you could be sent back in time for you to use.
I see. So, as we complete Delta Recruit tasks, we'll get rewards. Could be marks, which are used for reputations, which we'll get into in a moment, character traits, or other items that we can earn. All right, that's all. Thanks. What else we have here? We've spoken with the Admiral already. We've got Ambassador Sugihara. Greetings, Lieutenant. I am Ambassador Sugihara, and I am the Federation Diplomatic Corps liaison with Starfleet. I will be able to offer you special diplomatic assignments once you reach the status of attaché within the FTC. The quickest way to reach this rank is to help out with certain inquiries into situations with political ramifications. I hear there's a situation that might need investigation over in the Celis system, located in the sector going by the same name. I will contact you with any diplomatic missions that arise from time to time. Tell me about the Federation Diplomatic Corps. The Federation Diplomatic Corps is dedicated to establishing contact and maintaining amicable relations with entities and species that are not a part of the United Federation of Planets. Because so many officers in Starfleet have diplomatic experience, we have permission from Starfleet Command to utilize Starfleet resources. After all, isn't meeting new species a part of your mission of exploration? Tell me about the ranks of the Diplomatic Corps. The ranks, the Federation Diplomatic Corps has several ranks within it, each of them with their associated rights and privileges. What would you like to know about? So, we start off as an attaché, we move into consul, envoy, and then Federation ambassador. So, you can kind of see it just kind of goes into a description for each one here. Transport to DSK-9 is pretty nice. Envoys, transport to Starbase 39 Sierra, and then Federation ambassador, transport to DS9, selecting a bridge officer from the Klingon Empire. So, tell me about yourself. I have been a part of the Federation Diplomatic Corps for more than 2 decades, and I get great satisfaction in the pursuit of peaceful relations with dozens of species both in and out of the Federation. Working on Earth Spacedock is ideal, because I am close enough to Starfleet to get immediate assistance with a mission if needed, but it's still just a short transporter trip home to Kyoto. If only that same transporter could get me to Bajor. My youngest daughter is working on an archaeology dig there, and I don't get to see her as often as I would like. Tell me about first contact missions. As Starfleet explores the galaxy, we come in contact with many new species. After initial contact is made, we lay the groundwork for more formal talks between the Federation and this new race. This gives us the opportunity to learn about our respective cultures and whether or not we wish to expand our diplomatic and trade relations. If you are offered a first contact mission, you will represent the Federation in one of these meetings. I know I can count on your honesty and tact during these delicate negotiations. This actually wasn't in the game at the start. I remember that was a huge complaint about the game, was that the game was so focused on war and not enough on other aspects of what Star Trek is about. Case in point, diplomacy and trade. How do I get started in the FDC? I will be able to... okay, well, we've already done that. Cool. Who else can we talk to? Captain Nicholas Martin. Ready for a new mission, Lieutenant? Nope, apparently not, because I can't talk to you about it. We can talk to the Romulan ambassador. Lieutenant, thank you for talking to me. I am an ambassador for New Romulus, and we are in need of aid. However, I'm afraid that we can only use the aid of someone who is more experienced. We got shut down. We need to be Vice Admiral for them. New Romulus is the colony established by Romulans who, Romulan refugees who departed from Romulus and Remus before the supernova that took out those planets. Okay, let's see what's down here. Captain Sulu. I have nothing for you right now, Lieutenant. Tell me about patrol missions, though. We have a lot of space to protect, and now that the Borg have reappeared, Starfleet has had to pull many ships off of the front lines of the war. That's left holes in our defenses, and the Klingons and their allies have taken advantage of that to strike deep into the heart of Federation territory. Starfleet intelligence believes the Klingons and their allies currently are targeting unaffiliated star systems in Federation space. Months or even years go by with no Starfleet contact for most of these systems, making them easy pickings for the Klingons and their allies. Frankly, it seems like a campaign of terror to me. I think Jimpock wants people to believe that Starfleet can't protect them. You will let me prove that we can. You should visit as many different star systems as possible and determine their status. If there are people who need our help, help them. If our enemies are trying to get a foothold into Federation space, drive them out. I know you'll do the right thing, Lieutenant. Good luck. I mean, with a name like Akira Sulu, I have to know more about yourself. I am assuming you recognize the name. The Sulus have a long history of service, Lieutenant. Both of my parents served at Starfleet Command. My grandmother, Demora, was captain of the USS Mandala and the USS Enterprise B, and then there's my great-grandfather. If you paid attention in your classes at the Academy, I'm sure that you've heard of Hikaru Sulu. He served on the USS Enterprise with James T. Kirk, and then went on to become captain of the USS Excelsior. A family like mine, it's a lot to live up to. For a long time, I resisted applying to the Academy. I wanted to do anything besides being yet another Sulu in Starfleet. It took the Dominion War and the Breen attack on Earth to show me where I needed to be. My father was injured, and I came back home to care for him. In the 6 months we had left, he taught me more about duty and honor than I could have learned in a lifetime of wandering. Since then, I've served in Lexington, the Archer, and the Poseidon. When Winters left Earth Spacedock, Admiral Quinn asked me to take this position again, and I couldn't refuse. Helping legions of young Starfleet officers is too important. Besides, I know that no matter where Starfleet takes me, I'm right where I belong. I like the lore. Lore is always so much fun for me. I love the lore. Commander Bolt. So we need to speak to Commander Bolt regarding skills. You have an inquiry about training and ranks. Very well. Proceed with your inquiry. I want to know more about my bridge officer's skills. Your bridge officers are your most important crew. They will improve your ship's functionality and accompany you on away missions. How do I give my bridge officers the best skills possible? You can spend expertise to improve the abilities they have, or train them in new abilities. Bridge officers' abilities increase in effectiveness as they move from version 1 to 3. You may have bridge officers join your crew with version 1 or 2 abilities, but to learn version 3 abilities, they must be trained. Training some of your skills will unlock training nodes. Then you can train a bridge officer of the appropriate rank in a version 3 ability. You will only be able to train bridge officers who share your career path. A captain who is a scientist cannot train his or her tactical officer how to fire a torpedo spread. I want to know more about training my skills. Your experiences will help you learn. Over time, you will find yourself better able to make use of your talents. Tell me about advancements. In order to advance your skills, you will need to train. As you complete missions, you'll be rewarded with experience points and expertise. Once you've gained a sufficient amount of experience points, you'll advance in rank. Every level, from 5 to 50, you will gain 1 space point that may be spent on space skills. Every 5 levels, from 5 to 50, you will gain 1 ground point that may be spent on ground skills. Tell me about ranks. With dedication, you will advance through the ranks. Lieutenant, Lieutenant Commander, Commander, Captain, Rear Admiral, and Vice Admiral. As you advance in ranks and levels, you will unlock new ships, items, and missions. Tell me about advancing my skills. Press K to open up your skills window. A little bit of fourth wall breaking here. There are many skills available to you. Choose the skills you feel will make you the best captain you can be. Select a skill or ability in your skills window to learn more information about it and purchase new ranks. Alright. What do we have down here? Requisition officers. Do we need bridge officers? So we can select officers from the store, basically. We spend dilithium, refined dilithium, for these candidates here, if we wanted to do it this way. There are also bridge officers available through the game's general market, which I'll show off in just a second. But you can see here we've got engineering, science, tactical. There are also Zen Store officers. Zen Store is the game's premium currency. So you can see here that we've got, a variety of different items here. Zen is the premium currency that you can only pay in real money for, or trade refined dilithium for in-game. So that's, I guess, an option. I do have a bunch of things already unlocked in the game, just simply because, I've owned the game now for going on 11 years, and you can see I have Zen still kind of collecting because I have a lifetime subscription to the game, so it just constantly flows for me. So there's that. We've got here, bridge officer training. So if you go to the store right here, we can see all the different skills that bridge officers can use. These are ground skills, and then the S stands for space skills. And, we spend either, the energy credits, or I think it's just energy credits for these. But tactical, engineering, science, so on and so forth. So we just put those in place. Let's see here. Assignment officer. Do you want to accept more difficult missions? So this is what I was talking about when it comes to mission difficulties. Starfleet knows that there are captains who are eager for more difficult challenges, but we don't want to send someone into a situation that they're not ready to handle. Also, your chance of suffering an injury increases as your level of difficulty rises. Be prepared. So there's normal, advanced, and elite. How do I change my mission difficulty? Options. Just options. How is mission difficulty set on a team? If you're on a team, that mission difficulty is determined by the team leader. Does the difficulty level affect PvP? No. There actually has been an increase in PvP content in the game more recently, but primarily Star Trek Online is a PvE game. This is the Fleet Ambassador. So, the Fleet Ambassador allows you to create a fleet. I don't think it would let me do this right now. Hold on. The J squared.
Condition alpha. Repeat. Condition alpha.
Circle. As always, we are your fleet. It's not gonna work. Yeah, you must be in a full team of 5 players to start a fleet. So if you have a crew of 5, if you have a team of 5 people with you, you can form a fleet, and then you gain fleet credits and fleet marks and all that stuff. It's just an added layer to the game, very similar to how other MMOs have guilds. Star Trek Online's version of it is fleets. There are plenty of fleets already active. Some are just kind of there for people to just grind out stuff. Others are more active as far as like content goes. Speak with our security officer here. Good day, Captain. What is your business? I don't know. I guess I have no business here. Anybody on this side? Nope. Empty room. Alright. We'll head out of this area here. Starfleet Liaison. What's this? Access Bank. So in my bank, we can just kind of put things in here that we have in our inventory that we've collected over time. Notice how the game allows you to buy more slots. Again, that's like kind of Zen store thing. And then there's also an account bank that we have stuff in. I honestly couldn't tell you what half this stuff is, or probably any of it, besides the lockboxes I can see right away. I just have kind of accrued things over time. I have keys. I didn't know I had keys, so I can probably sell those.
Condition alpha. Repeat. Condition alpha.
Or I can open lockboxes for you all. But just again, very similar to how other MMOs have, you know, regular banks and then account banks. This does as well. We have mail, so we can send and receive mail. You know, the last people that received mail was in 2017. The way that you get mail in the game is you go over here. It's character at handle. So in my case, it'd be Frank Parker, and then my handle is at KDS, because I actually made this account before I took the mantle of J squared or J2. So KDS was my previous handle. So if you send an email to Frank Parker at KDS, I get it, basically. And if anybody gets an email from me in-game or mail from me in-game, they're going to see that it comes from Frank Parker at KDS. And you can send, you can send a note here. You can send items. Or I think you can also send money, too. I'm not sure about that. Maybe you can send energy credits? I forget. You can't send Zen. I know that for sure. But maybe you can send energy credits? I forget. Okay, so moving on down here. Let's go straight down. I can see Club 47 over there. this is going to be where we're going to kind of manage our ships here. Ensign Bjarnes. I can provide information on shuttles and other small craft. Also, if you happen to lose your captain's yacht or commander's gig, let me know. I'd like to... I don't think I need one, actually. We can see other players here. Requisition ship's equipment. So if you look into the weapons here, again, you can pay for these items using credits. My recommendation, don't buy them. Especially if you're going to be playing through the storyline, you're going to get plenty of stuff, plenty of new equipment that you can just put onto your ship right away. I wouldn't worry about having to, figuring out how to spend money to get all this stuff here. Sell the stuff that you're not going to be using for sure, but I wouldn't worry about buying all this stuff here. But you can do that for weapons, equipment, shuttle weapons and equipment, which is different than your ship. You can purchase consumables, like components to heal your ship faster or something, or battery, repairing systems, tech upgrades as well. So these allow you to, gain technology points. So it's research, basically. Okay. Then we go on to manage ships. So here's our ship here, the USS Backstep. It is a light cruiser. We've got all the basic equipment here. But I have been getting new equipment here, so we're going to see what we can do. So first off, we've got new impulse engines. So we're going to take out these. We're going to put on these guys. If you equip Hyper Impulse Engine Mark 1, you won't be able to trade it. That's fine. We've got new phasers here. So we're going to go ahead and put that on. And phaser here as well. Very good. We also got a new photon torpedo, I believe. Yep. So we're going to take out the photon torpedo. Put on this one. We have a Mark II deflector. Neutrino deflector array Mark II. Notice the numbers. So this increases control effects, improves energy and shield drain resistance, improves detection of cloaked ships. These are every little modifier helps out here, especially in space combat, where every little thing counts. Warp. Do I have a new warp engine? I have a console, shield emitter. So shield generate. So I have a science console spot. I'm gonna put the science console right there. I have an engineering console as well. Damage and physical damage and kinetic damage resistance increases. Very good. Nope, that's a phaser relay. So everything else is the same. Okay. Yep. So I have 3 active ship slots and then 10 dry dock slots. As we get new ships, we'll be able to put other ones into the dry dock. Somebody has just thrown an item that caused me to dance. This guy here, Joshua McCurry, got to 11. Fair enough. Ship vendor. You can actually, acquire new ships. What are the different ship types? So there are cruisers, escorts, science vessels, and then other. Cruisers are kind of back in the day, not the case now, but back in the day, it was kind of aligned to cruisers being engineering, escorts being for tactical, science vessels being for science. And unless you're min-maxing, kind of anything goes nowadays. As long as you've got the equipment for it, just put in whatever's best for your ship and you're fine. Other ships, there's going to be like battle cruisers, destroyers, carriers, a variety of different items. They kind of grow. The fleet itself, the amount of usable ships in the game has grown significantly over time. That's where the game makes its money. It's quote unquote space Barbie as far as that goes. So we can get a new ship. We can see here. You can either buy it using refined dilithium. You can buy it using Zen. Since I've already bought this ship previously, I don't need to buy it again, and I can just use it. And I assume I can use the Romulan one because they now allow you to have Romulan ships in Federation fleets. This is the light cruiser. This is what we're currently flying right now. There are other ones as well. So, like, for example, if we wanted the Reliant class, which is kind of like their new design for it, it's 1,000 dilithium. Other designs as well: Centaur, Shikar, Saratoga. Here's the Constitution Cruiser. So this one was unique in that it actually gives you a bunch of other systems as well. So +3 power to all subsystems, 2 blue retrofit phaser banks, and then a whole bunch of extra items. You can notice the console increases as well. So you get 2 engineering consoles, 1 tactical, 1 science. So there is a slight benefit to using the Zen ships over the non-Zen ships, but it's not that much of an issue. We have a light science vessel here, the utility cruiser, Daylon Warbird. Notice how it now has moved up in rank, so it requires Centurion or Lieutenant Commander, so on and so forth. So we filter to just the rank of Lieutenant. These are the ships that we can fly right now. This is the NX class. So, a variety of different ships. I don't know whether or not I want to change the ship right now or not. I don't know. We can customize the ship, though. So here we have the backstep and its current design here. We can change the interior. It's an Origin interior right now, but there's a variety of different interiors that are available to it. And as well as a few more that I haven't bought yet because they came out afterwards. But let's say, for example, this is the bridge that we were on before. But let's say we wanted to do alpha. So it looks like this, or beta. Gamma, Fellowship, Blaze. Blaze is not too bad. Warship. Belfast. So, variety of different bridges, and then the design itself can also be changed too. So, for example, we've got the ship type here. Take a look at the materials. We go change the material types. This is, like I said, this is why it's like Space Barbie. And you can do this for everything, basically. It does cost you either like Zen or dilithium, energy credits, so on and so forth. The other thing is that's new, wasn't here last time I played, is that you're now able to send in an order to actually have your ships 3D printed, which I think is pretty cool, actually. I think it's pretty cool that you're able to like customize your ship and then have a model replica kind of sent to you. You have to pay for that, obviously, but I think it's pretty cool. Alright. So we're done with that. Obviously, we're kind of over on time for this episode, but I want to knock out all of Earth Spacedock in one go. I feel that's kind of better for us right now. I don't remember what Club 47 was like, but I know I have to come down here for the Infirmary anyway. Just waving everybody on through. All right. Oh man, Club 47. Woo! All right. Well, that was the thing. Sure. We're going to the Infirmary. Again, just letting people right on through. There's the dock. Here, take some minor regenerators to get you started. I don't want you being injured and not being able to do anything about it. If you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to ask. So, tell me about injuries. When you or one of your bridge officers are incapacitated in battle, there is a chance you or your officers will suffer an injury. There are 3 levels of injury: minor, major, and critical. If an injury occurs, the severity of the injury is determined by chance. If you have existing injuries, there's a greater chance that you will be injured again or suffer a more severe injury. You cannot be injured until you reach the rank of Lieutenant 5, and you cannot be injured in normal difficulty missions. However, if you are incapacitated while you're on an advanced or an elite mission, the chances you will be injured will increase. So there you go. Like I said, we won't be going into the more advanced difficulties until much later on in this process. Alright, now I need to speak with Gimmick Talur. It's over in this way. He's the guy with the mannequins out in front.
Security teams report.
Gimmick! I am but a humble tailor at your service. Ah! Welcome to my shop, Lieutenant. Admiral Quinn has requested that I provide some complimentary services to the Federation's newest rising star. Please feel free to look around and let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Thank you. So, you can alter your uniform here. And you can also alter your bridge officers' uniforms as well. And I have a lot of things I can modify with, basically. I can modify... Actually, okay. So this is the question that came up earlier, which is, can I modify, like, height or the face or things like that? I actually feel more comfortable with it now, so I'm not going to. But the fact that it is there is good. But notice how there's a whole bunch of, like, just different options you have here. Like, let's say, for example, you wanted to do the Starfleet Academy look. We've got that uniform there. I can just apply that to the character. The Next Generation films, the kind of gray and black, or the motion picture uniforms, that kind of like 70s gray vibe. That's basically, you know, that's what I call it. The dress uniform look from the original series. And there's a bunch. There's a whole lot that are here. I don't know what this Captain Picard bundle is. Oh, kind of like the 2350s era sort of thing, like Stargazer era type stuff. Interesting. So yeah, all that's there. You can do it individually as well if you want to. So going into your uniform and just saying, hey, I want to, you know, put on this tactical or this intel outfit thing to my wrist, or, you know, if I want to, instead of having, you know, the comm badge insignia be the command insignia, I can have it be like the lifetime badge, as an example. So all the gold things are things that I've purchased previously, or things that I've earned previously. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. And again, I can do the same thing to all of the bridge officers as well. I'll exit out of here. All right. Don't think there was anything else back here, but I will double check. Personal equipment. Wait, so this is like ground equipment stuff. I rarely use this. These are kind of just places I dump stuff for credits because it's close to the transporter. But nowadays, I think you can even sell your stuff for credits within the game menu as a whole, so you don't really even need to do that anymore. Still a place for your bank and still a place for your mail here. There is one more place I wanted to showcase here. That is the exchange. So, here is where my fun is. I love MMO economies. I do. It's one of those things where I enjoy messing with numbers, and it gets my, you know, it gets my greed just like up there. So here's the thing. The exchange is all about just like how any other market would work, buy low, sell high, right? And you can sell anything here. A lot of times what people will do, if they're hard up on energy credits, as an example, they will sell lockbox keys. They'll sell these keys here. You know, the current going rate looks to be starting at about 9.3 million energy credits. They then use those keys to buy ships, like actual ships in game. Not duty officers.
An update to the platinum exchange rate is available on the monitors.
So these are outfits, looks like, for 13 million credits a pop. You can buy lock boxes, but I wouldn't recommend buying them. They sell for, you know, nothing. 1 credit a pop. No, the problem with the lockbox, the problem is the key, which you spend real money for. There's no way to get them otherwise, unless you trade dilithium for Zen. But there's a whole bunch of things that are here, and it's just basically a free-for-all, you know? People like to put a lot of focus on bridge officers, because a good bridge officer goes a long way in the game, especially when it comes to like their good space and ground traits. Obviously, again, lockbox keys for credits as a whole. Duty officers, which we haven't really gotten into yet. The duty officers play a large part in just like growth over time when it comes to like marks and grinding out reputation. So there's a lot of stuff that's here on the exchange, for sure. And like I said, I just have a lot of fun with it. Okay. So I guess the last thing I'll do is I'll talk a little bit about Zen here. So here we've got the store. Let me show this. So we've got dilithium. Well, first off, we've got 2,000 energy credits right now. We're limited to 2 billion, so we're fine. Reputation marks. These are the variety of different reputations we can earn marks for. And these marks can then lead you to buying special equipment that's only available if you complete these reputations. This is grindy. Don't get me wrong, very grindy here, but valuable if you want, you know, the best possible equipment. Fleet credits and fleet marks, again, grindy, especially if you have a small fleet, but can be done. And fleets are also nice when you want to like have your own sort of like starbase, as an example. Dilithium. So we have 1 refined dilithium. We gain that from a mission. We can also gain just raw ore that we can mine, and that ore can be refined into dilithium, but that refinement comes at only 8,000 raw ore to refine dilithium a day. So there's a cap there, and there's no way to break that cap. You can then exchange that dilithium for Zen. So for example, right now, 46 raw dilithium, refined dilithium for 1 Zen. And then that's the price right now. You could sell Zen for raw dilithium. I don't know why you would, but you could. Most people just grind out the dilithium for Zen. And there's even history here. Okay. Okay, so I think that's about it for everything here in game. At least here at the Spacedock. I can sell well, I mean, let me equip the new weapons, since these are basic weapons and these are good weapons. We'll give that one to Elisa. There we go. All right. So, do we pick skills yet? I don't think so. Yeah, we have no space points, no ground points right yet. We have to get to 5 first. Alright, traits. So, Frank Barker, I don't know if anybody was aware of this already or not. I didn't actually make him a human. I made him an alien. Because I wanted to be able to choose more space traits without being restricted based on... Because every race or every species gets one specific trait, and I don't like that. So I want freedom to be able to choose what I want to do. So you have to be an alien to do that. So that's why he's an alien. And we've got a variety of different traits here. We can make active or inactive. Stations that are here right now. We've got Elisa, Zarva, and Terrell. There's our bridge officers. Those are the ones we're going to be using in space. And our standard away team, you know, we can select who it's going to be. Then finally, reputation. Oh, this reputation is now retired. You can use the events tab in your mission journal. Okay. J for journal. Yep. Events. So right now it's first contact day. It ends actually tomorrow. And we've also got red alert just started. Also ends tomorrow. Event campaign 3. Play through multiple events to earn your choice between premium tier 6 starship choice or 2 Z-Store tier 6 starship discount coupons or a bundle of 1,500 Lobi crystals. 5 events will participate in this campaign. So that one... Oh, I see. So we've missed out on the Vault Advance. You can buy it out for 2,000 Zen. Got it. So, a lot of things constantly moving here. In Star Trek Online, lots of events. That's kind of how they keep their player base enticed to continue to play the game and to spend money in the game. Is through these constantly active events. But hey, you know, if it gets people to play the game, it gets people to play the game. So, what can you say against that? All right, I think we're good. I think we're good here. Task force up. So these operations here. This is what I was talking about when it comes to like the fleets, patrols. We can do repeatable missions that we can do alone or in a party for XP and marks. PvP, and then I don't know what private is, but private task force operation. Got it. So private invites instead of doing like an open crew sort of thing. Everything else here, we already shut off the lithium exchange. Shut off. I don't know what the Endeavor is. Get stat upgrades by earning and spending Endeavor perk points, which you earn with Endeavor XP. All stat upgrades earned through your personal Endeavor points apply to every character on your account. That's nice. Account-wide perks? I don't remember if this was here before, but I like it. And then finally, we can visit our Starship Bridge. Like so. Looks like she's fully repaired. Sit inside of our captain's chair here. And we're in. Excellent. All right, well, that was a full rundown of everything at Earth Spacedock. We got to speak with a couple of folks there and learned a bit more about the ins and outs of the game right now. Plenty, you know, there's plenty of deep diving stuff that we can go into really as we get through those areas of the game. But I think that gives you a general rundown here. This is a very long episode, I understand that, so I probably still will release it as one episode, just so that way it gets everything done and we can kind of move on from here. But we'll start our first mission with our next episode, Diplomatic Orders, by locating Ambassador Sokath and going into Bajem with them. But that, my friends, will be next time. Hey everyone, J Squared here. Just want to say thank you so much for watching my video. If you're interested in more content from yours truly, there are a couple of videos up above that I recommend. Also, I hope that you're subscribed. If you're not, there's an icon to my left that you can click on and subscribe to the channel to keep up to date on any new content. Until next time, so long, and take care.